Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Monday morning. And today is September the 11th. This is 9/11, and of course, this is the date in 2001 when the towers went down, and we remember, those that lost their lives in that terrible, terrible time. But today's a new day, and the beginning of another week, and certainly hope that you had a great weekend. I hope that you again maybe were able to be with some family, and just have a great weekend. Hope you were able to worship at the place of your choice yesterday morning. I know we had a wonderful day, and just being together, our church, and anyway, good service. And now here we are to Monday, and the beginning of a new week. And certainly hope that you're well rested, and hope that you're ready to tackle the opportunities that are before us today. This morning, I want to share with you a devotional entitled "No Turning Back." In Matthew chapter 12, verse 31, it says, "So I tell you, every sin and blasphemy can be forgiven, except blasphemy against the Holy Spirit, which will never be forgiven." As Christians, we know and we serve a God who's forgiving. The Old Testament abounds with teachings about His forgiveness. David declared in Psalm 86, verse 5, he declared, "O Lord, you are so good, so ready to forgive, so full of unfailing love for all who ask for your help." And then in another psalm, in Psalm 103, verse 3, David reminds us, he says, "He forgives all my sins and heals all my diseases." And then Daniel chapter 9, verse 9, he tells us, "But the Lord our God is merciful and forgiving, even though we have rebelled against Him." And then God described Himself this way to Moses in Exodus chapter 34, verses 6 and 7. He said, "The God of compassion and mercy, I am slow to anger and filled with unfailing love and faithfulness. I lavish unfailing love to 1,000 generations. I forgive iniquity, rebellion, and sin." And then the prophet Micah, reflecting on God's forgiveness, said in Micah 7:18, "Where is another God like you, who pardons the guilt of the remnant, overlooking the sins of His special people? You will not stay angry with your people forever, because you delight in showing unfailing love." Even when Jesus hung on the cross, you remember He said in Luke 23:24, He said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing." Again and again, we read in the Bible of the forgiveness of God. He will forgive all sin if it's confessed, no matter what it is. As Pastor John MacArthur points out in the following statement, he said, "There is no forgiveness of even the smallest sin unless it is confessed and repented of. But there is forgiveness of even the greatest sin if those divine conditions are met." But you see, according to Jesus, there is one sin that even God will not forgive. And what is this unforgivable sin? Well, it's the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. It's the point, when there is no turning back. When people deliberately, choose not to believe in Jesus Christ because they don't want to change the way they live, ultimately it can lead them to the one sin that even God will not forgive. People don't reject Jesus Christ for any other reason except that it's a threat to their lifestyle. They hate the light, and they know that their deeds are going to be exposed. See, the work of the Holy Spirit in the life of non-believers is to speak to them and to lead them to Jesus Christ. Jesus said of the Holy Spirit in John 16:8, "And when He comes, He will convict the world of its sin and of God's righteousness and of the coming judgment. In other words, the Holy Spirit works to, bring non-believers, to their senses, to show them that their need for Jesus Christ, that they need Him. The work of the Holy Spirit is to bring us to a saving knowledge of Jesus. The Holy Spirit is incredibly patient and persistent, but there comes a point, when the Spirit will no longer be patient because we continue to resist Him. And this leads to the ultimate unforgivable sin, the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. My prayer is that none of us would ever get to that point, where, we are so persistent in our rebellion that God loses patience with us. And I pray that will encourage you today. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.